guys, we're back. Today I'm going to show you some lighting effects from American DJ and one from Chauvet. I'm just going to show you some basic stuff about them. Lights I use for brewer entertainment and stuff we use for videos too. So I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to show you close up. What we have here is the American DJ profile panel RGB. It has 288 red, green, and blue 5mm LED diodes inside of it. Very bright, very compact, very lightweight as well. Got a hanging bracket on the back right here with 3 different screw holes. And name on the back, profile panel RGB. On the back panel we have a power in with a locking power cord connection. Pretty good thing for using it on a truss. DMX in and out, of course. Function display with mode up and down buttons. Sensitivity knob for, sensitivity knob, I can't speak, for sound active mode, and a UC3 controller input. Pretty nice light. I like it. I bought this in Las Vegas last year, and it's been out for about a year and a half now, and it's a pretty nice light. I like it, and I'm sure you will too. It's very bright, very compact, and it's very good on the road. It's very sturdy. I dropped this thing about 12 times, but I wouldn't suggest that for your lights. But it holds up pretty well. And next we have the American DJ P36 LED. Really nice light. I use it for uplighting and wetting. I use it for wash light on the cake and head table. Anything else you got to use it for. Pretty basic light. Comes with a little ground bracket so it stays nice and sturdy standing up. Pretty nice. Again, there's a name on both the one of the sides. You got about 78 or 80 LEDs in it, red, green, and blue. Got your specs up here on the top. And just like the profile panel, you have DMX in and out. Power cord is attached. But instead of having a function display, you have old school dip switches and a sensitivity knob. I wouldn't really suggest buying a light with dip switches. It's old school, but it works. Only problem is if you use these, I mean, you gotta code them almost every time with DMX, and it can get old pretty fast. You get over it pretty quick when you have to go and code all your lights when you're doing uplighting or something. And if you have a big DMX chain, it just takes forever. But yeah, other than that, really nice light, lightweight. I bought it because of the floor mount bracket, and it's pretty good. Holds up, made out of complete metal, and it's pretty bright for how small it is. I gotta say, 5mm LEDs inside, and holds up pretty well. Great for the road, and you can put about, I don't know, 6 of these in your case, and still have plenty of room for your cables. So yeah, pretty good stuff. And now we're moving from American DJ to Chauvet. I use this park hand as an uplight. This is the Chauvet LED Rain 38C. It's a par 38 style LED park hand. Instead of having 5mm LEDs, it has the big 10mm LEDs. Red, green, and blue. Very bright. Very compact. Very lightweight as well. Nice chrome finish. Connected power cable. But, like the last slide I showed you, the P36 LED from American DJ, it does have the dip switches, but a power output, which is pretty good. 3-prong power output. Sensitivity knob, there's your mic right there. Your fuse, DMX in and out. Nice hanging bracket. It folds like this right here. and you've got an uplight, sort of. Bear with me. There we go. You got a pretty nice uplight, and it's very bright. I'll show it to y'all later. And now I'm going to show you an effect light. This is an old school effect light from American DJ. These are the Rotoballs VS MK2. It's an old school halogen light. Pretty basic, no DMX, nothing like that. Only control you have over it without a controller is the rotation knob right here. It's like a little light switch. It's got forward and back. I'm not sure if you can see that. Sensitivity knob for sound active. Or no, not sound active. That's the rotation speed. This light is basic. It's plug it up and it keeps going all night until you unplug it. This light does get very hot very quickly because it has two 400-watt lamps in each ball. It gets very hot. I would be careful with it if you're going to buy this. They still make this light, I believe. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But there's two 400-watt lamps. You can get 200-watt lamps for it, so it's not as hot and not as powerful. But the motor is in here. Everything runs off of it. But this light gets about 100 and some degrees in less than 20 minutes. So, but I love this light. It's pretty basic for the smaller parties that don't really, all they want is stuff moving around like a school dance. And all you got right here, you do have the UC3 style remote control input. And it comes with a built-in hanging bracket on the bottom. That's not going anywhere. Basically, I don't have the UC3 for this light. It's a different controller. I'm not sure if it's UC3 or not, but they make a wireless one and a wired one. That's all I know. Pretty basic. It's like a blackout. It'll let it cool down for instead of having to unplug it off your truss or something like that. It's a pretty nice light. If you need something basic, just plug it up and let it go. I would let it run for about 6 hours, or not even that. I let it run for about 4 hours straight, then I cut it off before it catches on fire. So, but it won't catch on fire. It's American DJ. They're pretty good stuff. So that's the Rotoballs VS MK2. These are the Rotoballs again. Now we've moved out of the Stone Age, Brewer Entertainment has, and we've upgraded, not recently, but a few years ago, to LED lighting, as you can see with our wash lights I showed you earlier. This light's nice and all, but it gets heavy and it gets very hot. So here's something a little better. Here's my favorite light, I've got to say. The American DJ Reverb 3. Really nice light. Magnifying glass for a lens. Be careful with it because don't aim it in direct sunlight. Or magnifying glass, you know, magnifying glass and ants. Boom. 392 LEDs inside of here. Pretty bulky thing, but it's lightweight. It weighs less than the Rotoballs do. Very nice hanging bracket. Pretty strong. Very well built light. It's excellent. And on the back, you have function display with menu, down, up, and enter buttons. And beside the function display, you have a light indicating if you're in DMX, another one if it's the master or the slave, and this light says sound next to it will flash every time a bass beat or a really high note hits, and it changes. Lets you know when it's going to change. Microphone's right here, little felt cover on it so it won't get scratched. UC3 controllable, DMX out and in, power output and input, fuse, whole 9 yards, and American DJ threw in this little menu right here, this little keypad looking thing. Tells you everything that all the menu items mean. That's pretty nice of them, and your specs right here. This light uses only 50 watts out of the wall, which is absolutely nothing. Compared to the Rotoballs use about 400 to 500 watts. I'm not sure. But, yeah, it gets powerful. Has virtually no heat, and it's absolutely amazing. Got these nice rubber corners on the sides, on the front and the back. Here's the back panel. There's a front panel right there. Name on both sides, Reverb 3. Reverb 3. Very nice light. It's got cooling fins on the top, right there. Not sure if you can see it or not, but it does. Mine's got a bunch of dents and scratches on it, but that's because it's been on the road. I do have a case for it, but before I bought the case, it stayed out in the open, and it held up pretty well, I gotta say. So yeah, I love this light. It runs for about $370 online. Check your retailers, check your local music stores. They'll have it, or they can order it. This is American DJ at its best, and this is one of the first real LED effect lights that they actually came out with. It was about a month or two after LED came out to be popular. They came out with this awesome effect. It looks like fireworks, but it's not moving at all. There's no moving parts in this light, so you don't have to worry about motors tearing up or anything like that. And $100,000 LEDs. So, my favorite light, Reverb 3. Next, we have one of my other favorite lights. Not as good as the Reverb 3, but this is my second favorite. This is the American DJ Mystic LED. It's a classic American DJ effect, now with LED technology. Really nice light. It has about 225 LEDs inside of it, with a stepper motor built into it. On the back, pretty basic, just like the Reverb 3, or the profile panel. DMX in and out. Blackout and strobe, or blackout and sound active, sorry. That's a UC3 controller. Almost all my lights can be controlled by them. Microphone, very sensitive. Like, you turn your sensitivity knob all the way up, put your finger on it, it'll get your heartbeat. That's how sensitive it is. Very nice. Power input and output. Fuse, of course. Has a 3 amp fuse. And where's the menu at? How can you control it? Well, the menu is on the top right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's your specs on the top there too. You got your escape button, down, up, and enter, and DMX and audio. Just like the Reverb 3, the audio blinks when you have a bass hit. So it's pretty small in the back for the motor engine, and it's got a huge head. So, but it's really nice. If you want the best effect for a pretty low amount of money, I have 2 of these and 1 Reverb 3. You mix those 3 lights together, you have an awesome effect on the dance floor. They're both wide angle lenses. They spread out all over the dance floor, and these are always the hit. I mean, nobody really likes the roto balls anymore. But I mix these 3 lights together for some of my bigger gigs, because they're bigger lights, of course. Put them on my 10-foot truss, spread them out, boom. I just made tips for the night. So that's one of my Mystics. And I'll show you, these are excellent with Master Slave mode. I'm not sure if you know what that is. I'm going to show it to you here in just a minute. Alright, Master Slave mode is pretty basic DMX control. You can run the lights off of their own internal programs or with the DMX controller. Doesn't matter which one you use. Basically all it does, your main light comes out either it's called your master, and your other lights that are being controlled by the master are called slaves. So what you do to get this to work, you take a DMX cable, just like this one here. This is the Accu cable, 6-foot DMX cable. It comes with the Mystic for free. Pretty nice thing to go along with it. What you do, you got your output side and your input side, male and female ends. What you do, let's say this is the master. You take this right here, the back, the DMX input and output. If this is your master light, you take the female end of your DMX cable, and you put it in your output section, just like that. And on your other light, I'm not going to get it off the truss right now, but you take your male end, or your female end, and plug it into the input. And most American DJ lights now have software built into them to recognize if they're in sound active or not, or if they're in master slave, whatever they need to do. So there's no messing with dip switches or messing around the menu and trying to find the right controls. It does it automatically. Mystics do that, Vivo 3s do that, profile panels do that. They all do it basically. Lights that have dip switches, you have to program them and you have to pull out the manual and everything. It just takes a long time. So these do it automatically. They automatically recognize if they're master slave mode or sound active or DMX. So pretty nice thing. And basically the whole purpose of this is if you don't want to use DMX controller but you have your cables with you and you want the same effect on every single light, this is what it does. The master tells the slaves what to do. So your output to your input on your slaves, the master will have the same effect as all the slaves do. The master controls them all. So that's pretty basic. My buddy Brian S. Red has a video about master slave. It's more in-depth than mine just was. And it's basically, they all do the same exact thing. It's pretty basic. Nice stuff. So I'll do more about it later on. So that's master slave in a nutshell.